Hello, this is Don again with MecSoft support. In this short video, we're going to be taking a look at Visual3DPRINT 2016. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to show you how to select your 3D printer, and then we're going to fit our part to the printer volume and then make some adjustments and check it to make sure that it's ready for 3D printing. Let's have a look. Now, we're getting close to being ready to 3D print this object. Let's go and select our printer. From the toolbar here at the bottom, it displays what printer you have selected, and also on the 3D print tab you have a command to select your printer. Let's go ahead and pick the printer, and it allows you to drop down and select from a list of printers. And for this particular demonstration, we're going to be using the ShopBot ABS2. That's because the ShopBot printer also accepts G-code as well as STL files. And we're going to be showing you how to use the G-code generator that's built into Visual3DPRINT 2016 as well. So we'll pick the ShopBot ABS2 as our printer. And we also have an icon here to turn the printer volume on and off. Let's maximize this. So here's the printer volume of the ShopBot ABS2, and we see that the volume is 7.5 by 7.5 by 5.5 inches. Now, currently, as you can see, our part is not inside the printer volume, so we have a command that we can move it into the volume for us. So pick the Fit command up here on the 3D Print tab, pick Fit, select the mesh, right click, and allows you to align in the Z alignment and the XY alignment where you want to center it within your printer volume. So for now, we're going to put it right in the center of the Z and the X and Y and pick Fit. So it's moved over into the box. Let's maximize this. Now, although it's inside the box, what you need to do, you need to double check and make sure that it's ready for printing, because if any part is physically outside of the box, obviously it's not going to get printed. So we have a command up here on the 3D Print tab to check it. So pick the check command, pick the mesh, right click, and as you can see, we have a problem. Our printer volume is 7.5 by 7.5 by 5.5, but our mesh volume is larger than that, so we got an X there, so it fails that test. And obviously, since our mesh is larger, there's going to be meshes that are outside the printer volume, so that's failed also. Now the good thing is that all of our meshes are closed, so we have a check mark there. That's good. And has also a check for thin walls. We know we're going to have thin walls because we got a beak area that comes to a relative point, so that's acceptable. And we know we're going to have overhangs, so we know that's going to fail. Now we're going to generate a support structure for these overhangs, so we're not going to worry about the rest of those. But these up here, we need to fix those. Let's close this. Now, to see this a little bit clearer, let's go into the 4 viewport layout. And you can see clearly that our mesh is larger than the printer volume. It sticks out this way, it's too high in this way. So let's start by rolling this rubber duck model over on its side and see if we can fit it in the printer better that way. So let's go ahead and select the mesh up here in the ISO view. We'll select the mesh here, and down here on the status bar of the VisualCAD, let's turn on the graphic manipulator. Select that, and you'll see the manipulator turns on, and we're going to rotate this about the x-axis. We'll select the rotate indicator on the manipulator, enter -90, press enter, and we see that the rubber duck was rolled over on its side. And let's turn the graphic manipulator off. Now we don't need that turned on. Now we look pretty good in the right view. Everything's fit in here pretty good, but we're still extending on the top view. So let's scale our mesh down a little bit. So let's select the mesh. And in Visual CAD, when you have an object selected, you see that you have the Transform tab under the Modify tab displays automatically. So let's select the Transform tab, and we're going to do a scale, and the scale dialog displays, and we're going to do a uniform scaling, and we're going to enter a scale factor, say, of 85%, 0.85. And that's going to scale the entire mesh down. Pick OK. So now the mesh is scaled down. It's still outside the printer. Well, let's go ahead and do our fit command again. Fit, center and center. Okay, it looks pretty good. Let's do a check and make sure that we're ready. Say check, select the mesh, right click. And we got 3 check marks up here. Our volume's good. All meshes are inside the printer volume. That's good. All the meshes are closed. That's what we want. These two, we're not going to worry about this one, and we're going to create a support structure, so that one's okay also. Okay, let's go back over to the ISO view and maximize that.